Hello friends, this is Raman Gill with your daily Forex market analysis for October 18th, 2016. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. If you have questions about your individual investing needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. We'll start off by taking a look at our economic calendar for October 18th. We have CPI for British pound. This is the inflation number, very important number. Today we saw New Zealand dollar inflation CPI number surprise to the positive side, and as a result we saw big inefficient move in New Zealand dollar. Same thing here. If we have a positive inflation number that is bigger than expected, we could see a jump in the British pound. If it's negative or if it's below expectations, it could have a negative impact on the British pound. Going into the US session here, we have manufacturing sales number for Canada, and then again CPI and core CPI inflation numbers for the US. So again, these will have an impact on the performance of US dollar. Going further into the session, at some point we get the GDD price index, which is the dairy prices for New Zealand dollar. And finally, in the Asian session, we see GDP numbers for China and also industrial production numbers. Let's move on to the charts here now. We're looking at pound US dollar daily chart. So as we can see, British pound came down towards the bottom of the range here and then has since then pushed up and went to test the top of the range and has pulled back a bit from there. At this point, we will consider this range bound between 122.80 and 121.50-ish area. So we'll watch to see if the price stays within the range. Because it's such a small range, we don't expect the price to stay within that range for a long period of time. At some point it will break out. So if it breaks out to the top side here, we would look for price to move higher towards the 124.50 area. If it breaks down below, we would expect the price to go below the range and go test the previous low then. So at this point, we'll consider this range bound and we'll wait for a breakout. Euro US dollar here, we did manage to break below 110. However, price then got pushed back up and we had a positive close for the day. As a result of this bullish candle here, we would expect more bullishness for euro. It has broken above the 110, and as a result we can expect it to go even higher. The next target that we are watching here would be 110.50. New Zealand dollar here, we did see a positive close for the day and then we got the positive CPI numbers. Now based on the daily chart here, we do see that our bias is to the upside because of the green candle that closed. The pin bar here has failed. Normally when you see a pin bar, generally you tend to see a follow through. However, this is a failed pin bar. We did get a bullish candle close right into the top of the previous resistance, and now we are moving higher. At this point, the next support and resistance that we're watching is 71.80 level, which is where we are, and if it does break above that, we could potentially look for it to go to 72.20 area. So that will be the target, 72.20 for New Zealand dollar, based on what has happened here on the daily chart, and as a result of the CPI numbers that came out, we are bullish on New Zealand dollar. Looking at the Aussie dollar here, we did have a positive close even though the price tried to push down, but we had a hammer here which suggests that the price will move to the upside, and since then we have seen that positive move to the upside. So we are bullish on Aussie, and in terms of the target, we are looking at 7,700 as a potential target. So this is what we'll keep in mind for tomorrow. Dollar CAD here, we did see a pullback and then a drop in this big huge rejection at the top here, and now we are seeing the price move down. At this point we are bearish. It did hang up here for quite some time, and since we got this reversal pattern, it has been pushing down, and we expect that to continue. So the next target we can look at for dollar CAD would be 130.50. So we are bearish on dollar CAD. So that's it for today. I will see you in the trade room.